All right, so here to help us paint the picture of the post-Title 42 world we are about to enter, let's bring in Victor Avila, former supervisory special agent with ICE. Victor, thank you so much for your time here. So we keep hearing a lot about Title 42 coming to an end Thursday, but explain to us what is going to actually happen once the deadline passes. What specifically will change at the border between Wednesday and Thursday when Title 42 ends?
And let me break it down for you, because I just came back from El Paso and I spent the whole week there, and I was briefed by border agents. And it's multifaceted. It's a little complicated, even for me, that I understand this as a border security expert. But they're going to be processing these individuals in different phases. They will be issuing notice to appear, what they call an NTA, notice to appear on your own recognizances. Some people will be processed under Title 8, meaning there will be some prosecutions for illegal entry under 8 U.S.C. 1325 or re-entry 1326. But it all depends on a lot of situations. First, what country are the individuals coming from? Do these individuals have criminal histories? Are they a single adult male? Are they a family unit? So as you can see, it's very cumbersome and complicated, but there is going to be a big difference here that now these individuals that get processed, this actually will be a more true process because they will be issued an A number, which is an administrative file number. They're the ones that I used when I was an investigator, which will track these people into the U.S. But keep in mind, the biggest policy that's not going to change is catch and release. So there still be the majority of these individuals will still be allowed into the U.S. Some will be returned under a voluntary basis. Some will be returned on an expedited removal basis. Some will be sent back because of their criminal history. And then we have another issue. Not all of them can be sent back to Mexico because of the arrangements that I think are lacking with Mexico. Some are not going to be sent to the original countries because we don't have those agreements with those countries. So as you can see, it gets complicated because we're talking about, or what Border Patrol tells me, a minimum of 35,000 just on the other side in Ciudad Juarez of El Paso, Texas. And that's just right there. They're saying close to 700. I've heard maybe up to 1 million in the whole entire border. So you mentioned this right now. They're already at capacity at these facilities in El Paso, Texas. And the whole border region is beyond capacity of 25,000 individuals in custody right now, and the capacity is 18,000. So it is going to be a big challenge. Border Patrol will be taking groups, issuing numbers from the border wall, and then processing them in groups of 200 to 300 at a time. And you will still see a lot of these individuals come to a community near you.
All right, so Victor, kind of walking us through what will change, those A numbers, the administration number, what will not change, for example, catch and release. You're saying, you know that there's going to be this surge there. You're a former ICE agent, a former DHS agent. What would you say that agents need the most there as they brace for this expected influx?
That's a great question because a lot of the focus has been placed on Border Patrol. And yes, more Border Patrol agents would be great. But the part that people are not talking about is, and the border agents told me very specifically to share this, like, please inform the people, is the other entities attached to this whole process. And we're talking about ICE, Enforcement and Removal Operations, HHS, Health and Human Services, ORR, Office and Refugee and Resettlement. They need the resources. They don't have the bed space. They don't have the capacity to take all these people in, because Border Patrol will do the initial intake and processing, or booking, if you will. And then a lot of these groups, family units, and some of these people will have to go through ICE. And ICE is going to say, well, we don't have the resources, we don't have the space, we don't have the capacity. And a lot of these people will be released into the streets.
Yeah, we will certainly see what happens. Again, it's Monday. This is coming on Thursday, so certainly a lot more to discuss in the coming days. Victor Avila, we thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.